I wanna take you for a ride.
Well, that's how I pick the colors. Okay. I've been trying to figure this out the whole time.
I think what does it hit start?
No, it's the shoulder buttons.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, another handful of going run.
What was it? How do you do the thing where Thor just talks forever?
I believe it's down down special. Or down down heavy? Yes.
There it is.
I'll allow this.
Yep.
I love it.
That was literally the only reason I picked this character.
Starring Lauren Lester as Terry's voice actor. For this specific reason, because he was Iron Fist. I'm a man who's all about references, as many as I can make.
I don't really blame you. That is kind of weird that he never did that, because he does that all the freaking time. I mean, he's funny, and I like him being funny, but I would be lying if I said I didn't kind of miss that, just a little bit. Damn it! That move is not anywhere near as good as it is in the other games.
Not third straight good.
Not even remotely. Oh no. Oh no.
Remember that time I suplexed an interpolation?
Suplex. And here is where some neckbeard is going to complain about domestic violence, because that's an actual... People are weird about wrestling sometimes.
I mean...
Some people don't like intergender wrestling because they think it's domestic violence, and it's like, these two people made a contract to fight. They both want to fight. It's not like one of them is trapped or something. And on top of that, we have big people versus little people all the fucking time. So you can't even make the argument on those grounds. It's not realistic. Get out of it. Just get out.
I mean, wrestling's fan base.
Yeah. It's gotten better, but there's still some dumbasses in there.
Some?
Comparatively.
I suppose compared to other fandoms, yes.
Yeah.
The severity
I would argue
is...
that comics actually has it. Comics has it worse. Video games have it worse.
There's a certain level of severity in,
There aren't as many people who are assholes who are willing to talk about or act on those things that are in a prominent position. Like, I think the only ones that really come to mind right now, off the top of my head, are like Jim Cornette, who. Jim Cornette is this guy who was in mostly. See, exactly. That's part of the issue. Back in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, he worked as a promoter. He worked as a booker. He was a manager for a group called the Midnight Express, which were a big deal tag team back in those days. He is the person who he basically wants kayfabe to have not ever been broken, and you can't unring that bell, basically.
Sounds boring.
But yeah, like he's the one that's like, oh, you're ruining the business, and I'm like, no. He's the guy that gets up in arms when somebody in a clip of a guy a pro wrestler wrestling a blow-up doll gets put out there somewhere, a little kid.
You would fit in perfect with Japanese wrestling.
Huh. Well, actually, it was Kenny Omega, a guy who's done mostly Japanese wrestling, so that's not surprising. Absolutely hates Kenny Omega.
Because
he wrestled a blow-up doll and he wrestled a kid at one point.
Isn't Japan where like they try not to break it as much as possible?
No. No.
That's that's right. This Mexican wrestling. Never take off the mask ever.
Yep, never ever take off the mask. And in fact, if you take it off, it's a sin, massive sin.
It's a big
they
deal.
Make you take it off. It's a gimmick to be wagered.
For some reason.
I mean, well, if you're combining the things. You're combining the idea that if the mask is a gimmick and he's never supposed to ever take it off, then it's very serious if we're looking at the possibility where someone might have to take his mask off.
I suppose this is true.
That's pretty much the entire reason that they do it, because they can use it as a gimmick like that.
Although, aren't you supposed to come up with new gimmicks eventually?
Sure. Well, sometimes they'll just put the mask on just like nothing ever happened. Because Rey Mysterio's got a mask like 5 times. In fact, I think in WCW he actually had a whole period where he just didn't have a mask.
I do remember it was kind of a big deal when he unmasked the first time.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh,
yeah,
what?
basically Cornette is the person who, when someone does something that seems like it's quote-unquote ruining the business, he gets all up in arms. He's got a bunch of people on Twitter who will point him to this bullshit. So we never get to hear the end of it. Like I said, I do respect him because he knows more shit about wrestling. He's forgotten more shit about wrestling than I'll ever know. And he does have a great mind for these things, but he's just such an asshole. And he encourages other people to be assholes. So, you know.
Being an asshole seems like almost par for the course with a lot of people in a higher up position in the wrestling world.
Yeah, well, the thing with wrestling is that because of the way that it's set up, it's scripted. So, like, even if people don't like each other, they're going to find a way to do what they're supposed to do and find a way to make money out of it. And they will, when they're actually in the ring with each other, they're, for the most part, unless they're crazy, probably not going to actually try to injure each other. Like, they're not trying to actually hurt the other person. They're going to make it look as much as possible, and they probably will get, like, injured, but, like, not to the point where they can't work, you know?
That's true. Oh, so I was hoping hoping I could weather that out.
A good plot point for a fictional story? Which thing specifically? Because I'm pretty sure that people have done stories about the idea of wrestling as it being real. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure I've seen stories where that's happened, where they've treated wrestling as though it were as what it is, but then also turned around and done things like that where someone's actively trying to do something. And actually, I did a character in RP where I had a wrestler who had a sister that got killed, and it wasn't supposed to happen. They got killed in the ring. And then they got cybernetic arms, and at the end of the game, they punched a god. Good times.
And then they became a normal girl. Now their sister was avenged. And Shadowloo was destroyed.
Yep. That reminds me, I really need to watch, what was that, the new version of Ashton no Joe that came out? I can't remember right now.
Megalobox.
Megalobox, yes, I need to watch the rest of that, really. If it's still up there somewhere. Because, like, the only thing that I can think of that's even remotely close to that is Tiger Mask, which is treating wrestling as though it were an actual thing. The moves actually hurt and people actually get injured.
What about Kaneko Man?
Kaneko Man, pretty sure that's also wrestling is real, but also superhero issue. Well, I was gonna point out Tiger Mask W, which actually not only does it try to treat wrestling a little bit more realistically to a degree. Obviously, it's still got the friggin' supervillains in it, but it also has actual New Japan wrestlers in it. So that was kind of interesting. Not voiced for some reason, but they're in there.
Because then you have to pay extra.
Yeah, then you'd have to pay for them. So like Kenny Omega again is in that anime, and I just find that incredibly surreal.
Now
I just watched Yushin Liger. Yeah, the character, the wrestler who's a friggin' anime character. Though actually, both Tiger Mask and Yushin Liger have actual human people representing them. Like when Tiger Mask W came out, there's an actual Tiger Mask W that was wrestling for a while. Someone actually took the gimmick for a while. Oh, okay. Well, see, I was confused because the Jushin Liger I know is a little short guy that's been wrestling for far too long and has been all over the place. It's a Japanese institution. I think his theme song might actually be the one from the anime, too. It's totally just Yushin Liger, just as a giant robot. That's amazing. I just love how all of the things that I like just all kind of collide and combine and
blends together.
mingle. Yeah. Because we have more than one pro wrestler involved in video games in a large way. And to the point where they're actually in games. Hey, thanks for the follow.
What's his name? Xavier Woods.
Yeah, Xavier Woods is in a video game. He's in Bomberman. I'm pretty sure he's in Brawlhalla too. Along with, I think, Becky Lynch and I forget who else.
Ah.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that is a good place for a wrestler. I admittedly haven't really played Brawlhalla, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I just think it's cool that they've done that kind of cross promotion. Becky Lynch got to be front and center in 2 games. She's in Brawlhalla, and she's on the front of. Oh, thank you, John Cena, The Rock, Becky Lynch, and Xavier Woods. Thank you. Of course, John Cena. Why wouldn't it be John Cena? And
but how could
Rock,
it be John Cena, Striker? How can you see him?
He's just invisible. That's all. It's that simple. Of course, you can't see him either, so you know it all kind of pans out. He's in every game and nobody knows. Oh, that's a weird color. I don't like that. Talk about overexposure.
Minimal overexposure.
just like the 2000s. Pro tip, if you ever get me started on wrestling, it's going to be hard to get me to stop, just so you know. Let's see here. Who else? What was her alt? Oh! I didn't remember this outfit. That's cool.
Welcome back to that episode where Striker talks about wrestling.
Well, I was talking about wrestling, but yeah. Is that, what outfit is that? That's the Scarlet Spider, isn't it? No, that's the Big Time outfit. That's the stealth outfit.
Yeah. The one, like, the color, the suit is actually on. No, didn't it change colors?
Yeah, it was green, and then it would turn on when it would turn on and be red.
Oh, it's not Spider-Man 2099, so I don't care.
Yep.
And they changed his costume too, and I don't like it.
Yeah, his new costume. I was like, oh, maybe it'll grow on me. No.